Hello friends, this is Nancy with Simply Quilting, and I'm still working on my April Scrappy Quilt for 2024. Okay, so this is also all of my blocks for this quilt are going to be 12-inch blocks, 12-inch finished. So in the middle here, I have what will become, this little pinwheel will become a 6-inch block. And when I say 6-inch, I'm talking about finished in the quilt. It's actually going to be 6.5 before I stitch it into my quilt. And I have put the little yellow checkerboard this time around the pinwheel. You can see that. I have some of that in each one of my blocks. Then I also have a half square triangle, or on some of them I used a folded corner. But on this one, these last two, I used half square triangles. So all of these little units and squares all measure 3 1/2 inches. And so you've got 3, 6, 9, 12. So when you take off the 1/2 inch, because that's all taken up in seam, you can see that you just need 16 of these in order to make a 12-inch block, 16 of them. So let's get started on this. I think I'll do the pinwheel first, and then I'll work around that. Okay. Now I'll put those two together. I'm just going to go ahead and sew this whole square pinwheel unit together next. I'm pressing this to the side that has the least amount of seams, which would be over here. You could open it up if you wanted to, but with those seams like that, I don't think I want to do that. That needs to be straightened up just a little bit. See what I'm doing? I've got just a little bit of unevenness right here. And I do want it to go together nicely, so I'm going to just take that little sliver off right there. Okay. Looks good. And these two seams should nest in the center. Now let me measure this. It should be around 6.5 inches. And it is. Let me straighten this one little side up here. Let me check the other side. It's pretty close. There we go. All right, there's my pinwheel for the center of my block. Now the rest of it's going to be a breeze. All right, and once in a while I'm adding another fabric to this mix because I have a lot of these scraps that were given to me, and just adding something else once in a while to the mix, it gives it a little bit of interest. So in this case, I've added a little green plaid. Cute little green plaid. All right, so I think what I'm going to do next is to sew all the half square triangles together, which are on all 4 corners. So I'll do that next, and then I will only have squares to have to deal with. My little teddy bear back there fell out of his little chair. Oh, you wanted to see the teddy bear? Okay. It's one that somebody gave me, and he usually sits in his little chair back there on the back of my desk along with some other little bears. But I think I moved the camera into his pathway. So it's sitting over here. I try to decorate my sewing room a little bit, but sometimes those decorations get in the way of progress. I guess I could use my little cutter here. Usually I don't use it unless I have a whole string of pieces to cut. But my little nippers make a squeaky sound that I don't really like. So, all right, I'll press these. I think I'll press to the darker green color. Okay, I'll do that and then be right back. Okay. Now we have one 6.5 inch unit, and then we have 3.5 inch squares to put together. I think what I'm going to do next is sew these two together and these two together, and then attach them to the pinwheel center. press these. I think we'll press these to, let me see what this is pressed towards. This one is pressed towards that way. So I'll press these ones to the purple. Now, of course, you don't have to press every time you do a seam. You could just finger press it and then press the whole thing when you're done. And I've done that before also. But sometimes I like to just kind of press as I go along, especially if I have a lot of seams to nest. Okay. Might just stick a pin in these where the seams come together. Now, I'll sew all of my half square triangle units to the square that it's laying next to. Okay, let's see now. This one is pressed to the green. This one can be pressed either way. Well, let me see. It depends on which way this is going. It's going that way, so yes, to the purple is good. So that will go that way. And this seam is going this way. So let me see if I have this right. Yes. So that seam is going to go towards the purple also. Okay. So we'll do this one first. I think I'm just going to try to match these up as I'm going along here. I did pretty good there. Let's try the next one. All right, there's our cute block. Let me press that out. All right, block number 6 in the Scrappy Quilt for April. Now let's see how this measures out for our 12.5 inches. Wow, that's really good. It measures like 12.5 inches. Awesome. Okay. There's block 6, all done. Now, I said I probably wouldn't do this again with the little pieces, but doesn't that look adorable? I just think that looks so cute with those little checkerboard pieces. Okay, thanks for joining me for our 6th block in this Scrappy Quilt for April 2024.